All right, I think we are live on Facebook. This is Robin and Kim with our 7-minute health chat, and today we're talking about menopause because October 18th is typically World Menopause Day, but now they've changed it to World Menopause Month for October. So that's why we want to talk about it, and we're going to talk about how it came into being. Robin's
Kim, hold on a second.
Okay.
You're gonna have to hold on because I can't get my there we go.
Okay.
Now let's try it.
You couldn't
so
find
sorry, guys.
Okay. That's okay.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead. So Robin, why don't you talk about what were you going to talk about?
World Menopause Day. So World Menopause Day. I know, I'm so sorry. This computer, I can't see, and then it echoes and it holds if I don't X this thing out. So I'll get it someday, I suppose. World Menopause Day was the 18th, and every year we celebrate World Menopause Day on the 18th. And then eventually they decided to make it World Menopause Month. And to me, menopause used to be like kind of a taboo word. Like my mom never talked about it. I never heard anybody talk about it. Hot flashes, it was all hush, 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 and oh, we don't talk about that. But unfortunately, that wasn't the right thing to do, because we should have been talking about it all along, because we could have helped people along the way. More women going through menopause, because guess what? We baby boomers, we're busy and we're moving and grooving, and we're hitting menopause in a time where, and I don't want to talk badly about other generations, but we're very active, and these kind of things mess us up. They mess up our routines. A lot of women I know that are my age or close to my age, they are like athletes who are still out there competing in big events like triathlons and bike races and things like that. And this can hinder some of that, because it takes a toll on your body.
Yep.
Yeah. And in my experience, it doesn't, and I don't want to scare women who are coming up on it, but you might think that perimenopause, which is the time right before menopause, is really bad. And you might think menopause is really bad. But I'm here to tell you, post-menopause, it just keeps on ticking. It's a challenge. I don't want to say it's hard and you can't get through it, but it is a challenge. There are challenges. There's the weight gain, there's the hot flashes, and there are ways to combat it. But you have to dig in and you have to do the thing. And Kim's going to give you some hope.
Yeah. And just if people are wondering kind of when does perimenopause and menopause starts, the average age of menopause is like 51. But typically the earliest, so that can fluctuate obviously before and after that, but perimenopause can start as early as 35. So yeah, that's something to think about, keep in mind. So when they're affected, if you're a woman,
that's really early. It
is early, but yeah. If you had an earlier period, you're likely to start earlier. And if you have a later start of your initial period, you're most likely to be late, which is my case. So yeah, so it does hold true. So this year in 2022, they wanted to really put the emphasis on cognition and mood, and we can all relate to brain fog and moodiness. So I want to give you some tips on 12 ways to protect our brain. What are you laughing about?
I'm just laughing because like the brain fog wasn't horrible for me, but the moodiness, just ask my husband.
Look out, Hurricane Robin. No, so and in my case, brain fog got really bad in my mid 50s, and I was like, I'm a yoga instructor, and I remember going to one of my yoga classes that I taught. I'm the instructor, and I forgot my yoga mat, and I never left the house without my yoga mat. I'm like, what is going on with me? What is up with my brain? And I was able actually to reverse the brain fog through diet and nutrition. So it can be fixed for sure.
Yeah.
But I just want to talk about some things we can do now to help with our brain health, which are really important. A healthy heart equals a healthy brain. So whatever you do for your heart with exercise, with whatever you do for your heart is good for your brain, equals a healthy
Yep.
brain. You got to be careful of obesity, high blood pressure, or diabetes. They're all harmful to our brain health. So you want to make sure you're at a healthy weight. And a healthy BMI also, which is considered for women between 18 and 25. BMI means basal metabolic
Index.
Index. Thank you. Oh my God, brain fog.
That's all right.
And also cutting down on sugary foods, high starch foods, seed oils, things that are inflammatory, because all those are highly inflammatory to our bodies. Well, I didn't say alcohol, but
okay. And alcohol.
Yeah, and alcohol.
Yeah.
Regular exercise. Now, here's one thing I've learned in my hormone specialist class, that like you don't do just a ton of steady state cardio, go off and, you don't have to do an hour on the treadmill. The best exercise for women in midlife, 45 minutes a week, a total of HIIT training, high intensity interval training. So it's not steady state cardio. You want to have some high intensity, and then recover, intense, recover. Very important. Getting enough sleep.
So can I insert one thing there?
Absolutely.
So with the high intensity, this is the fitness instructor in me. Yes, high intensity is really good. That could be a bike class. Bike class is a great high intensity because you're going really fast and then you take some time to slow down and you go really fast. Tabata classes are great. 20 minutes on, or 20 minutes, that'll be a long time. 20 seconds on, 10 seconds or rest, 20, 10,
Yep.
8 rounds, right?
Yep.
But here's the thing. Please make sure if you do high intensity that you're doing it with someone who knows how to teach you the correct way. When you land, you don't want to jar your joints if you're doing high impact,
right.
High intensity. You can do high impact, but you have to protect your joints by landing softly, controlled, and with your knees bent when you're doing jumps. I see so many people do them and they're jumping and they're landing straight up and down. And I just squirm because they're hurting their spine, their knees, who knows what else. And then the other thing too, you can do any high intensity exercises, low impact.
Yep.
So like big knees, you use big arms, pull your knees down, jumping jacks, low impact jumping jacks. So it doesn't have to be high impact, just you're shaking your body up.
Yep. Good.
Sorry.
Good
I'm sorry. I just always have
to
I
appreciate it.
that.
No, that's good. Yep. That's good. Minimizing stress is huge because women, if you've heard of stress belly or belly fat, a lot of women get that belly fat in midlife, and it's largely caused by stress, believe it or not. High cortisol levels, as our estrogen and progesterone decrease, cortisol goes up. And so we need to mitigate that by eating foods that lower cortisol, and also by just things to lower our stress from the outside forces that are in our life. So
meditation.
Yep.
Meditation for sure. Sure.
This one's a no-brainer. Stop smoking. Sorry, not sorry. Ugh. Worst thing you can do for your body. Drink in moderation. So alcohol is actually, I'm just going to say it's a toxin. And as you metabolize, women 50 plus, you metabolize alcohol as sugar. It metabolizes sugar. I'm sorry, there's no easy way to say it. So minimize as much alcohol as you can, because it's really
and I will say from personal experience, guys, red wine does intensify hot flashes. So you might want to skip the red, maybe try the white and not as much.
Yeah.
Right.
And also challenge yourself with new brain exercises, word games. Anybody play? I play Wordle. I love that. It's a fun game. I play Words with Friends, which is Scrabble online. But do you do anything like that, Robin?
Well, I read. So I love to read. So that's how I exercise my brain, is reading. And since we're talking about that,
yes, go ahead.
I'm going to go ahead and bring this up. So for anyone who is starting through menopause, this book it's kind of geared for athletes, but I am telling you the information in this book is not only just for high intense athletes, it's for any woman going through menopause. There are so many amazing tips in here. And Kim and I just real quickly want to preface that we are going to run a Facebook group starting in January on this book. So, like a book club.
Yep.
And we'll meet weekly and kind of discuss certain chapters and go through it to help people out. So,
Yep.
Perfect.
I'm excited about that. I love that book.
Yeah.
And then the next one is staying connected with social engagements, do the social activities. Those are good for your brain health too. And also being a part of your local community, volunteering, getting involved are all great ways to help with your brain health. So, and mood, they lift your mood when you're doing volunteering.
Oh, yeah.
Especially it lifts your mood because it makes you feel better that you're helping somebody else out. So,
and it's contagious because
contagious.
When one person sees someone helping, the other person helps, and it goes on and on and on. So,
yep. So
just like dominoes.
Exactly. So yeah, it's complicated. We are complicated creatures, but there's things we can do, simple strategies we can do to make the most of our midlife and to live a vibrant, functional midlife and beyond. So,
and I would just say, for those of you like starting to go in it, and even those that are in it, like, do your due diligence and research, read. Don't just let it happen, because I feel like in the beginning, I just kind of let it happen. And I wish now, just like this book, I wish that I would have had this as a guide and a help, and then to discuss it with other women too, which I did do that. But, we didn't all know what we were talking about. So, all right. We're good?
Yeah, I think we're good. So happy World Menopause Day, everybody. And we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
All right. Thanks. Bye-bye.